Hey there, cats and kitties. I am the Blues Man, Johnny Blues. With this video, I'll be discussing my thoughts on episode 11 of the anime series Sakurada Reset. And, okay, this one was interesting. Talk about a doozy. It's so strange, especially focusing on Haruki in such a fashion, where she's recollecting back to Kei's suggesting to her to make friends with Nono, and they sit around and do nothing, say nothing for so long, and then they exchange contact info, and they send cute little pictures to each other, and finally they get around to talking about just nonsense, and it's so odd, it's so strange. It's like watching aliens interacting, just completely unaware of basic, social concepts and things of that nature. I'm almost sure that I've read about a psychological disorder that can be like that for people, and I can't remember off the top of my head what it is. I'm trying to recall along those lines what the name of it is, and how it affects someone, but where they scrutinize every little thing and they draw every little thing out. There's a formality to the way they talk, to the way they discuss and converse, and there's a deliberate nature to their thought processes and things of that nature. And this is Haruki in a nutshell. It's so alien, it's so strange. Normal modern social conventions seem abstract to her, but it's not singularly revolving around her, because Nono's kind of a loner, an outsider. She stays very much to herself, and so she's also speaking about the idea of friendship and what that is, very strangely. It's like I don't know, it was completely strange. It was just so weird. And then, of course, she realizes, Haruki, that is to say, the next day at school, Kei is out because he's contracted a cold, and she's mulling over, internally trying to decide whether or not she's going to go stop over to his place, and what are the social conventions, what are the norms in going over there, bringing peaches for a house visit, and if he's sick, should I, maybe bring him a treat or something, make him something to help get him feeling better. And Minami, of course, interjects with this idea, well, you should kiss him, you should make it romantic, you like him, he likes you, you should go over and try to kiss him, try to steal his cold away, and that'll get him, feeling better, and then, he'll get hot and bothered, the adrenaline will start flowing, and he'll probably feel better, that kind of thing. And so of course she's taking this to heart, and she stops off and she's going to get peaches at first, and she's trying to call Nono at one point when Nono is like passed out asleep, with the cats surrounding her, because Nono knows about, the sweet shop she's going to, the particular one she's going to, again, having Haruki promise the next time she comes and visits her, bring some pastries and things of that nature. And so the running thing is, you go and you get something with peaches in it, if not peaches by themselves, you get pastries with peaches, fruit, implanted in it, and they don't have any. The shop is sold out, and so she's like, well, do I get the fruit tart, which has peaches in it, but it's also got other fruit, or do I get the apple ice cream? And she's asking the store owner. It's like such a stunning revelation on her part. Oh, I can't get, into contact with Nono, but wait a minute, they have an expert here, the shop owner, the one who makes the damn things. Oh, gee, golly gee willikers, it completely, threw me for a loop. Like, how is that not the first thing that occurs to you? And so she gets the ice cream, and this is where I say, it's almost like she's socially inept or socially dyslexic, and she's really analyzing and being very overly critical and analytical about her own decision making, and how that's going to affect Kei if she shows up unannounced and all this stuff, because he lives alone. It might be problematic to get him up out of bed if he's sick, if he's ill, and having to go to the door, and will it be by extension of the treats that I got him? She's not thinking it's her herself that is to blame. It's the treats. I'm bringing the treats, and the treats are what's going to get him up out of bed, and that could be problematic. So she stops. She stops dead in her tracks, and they show a faraway shot that I was almost certain was going to be, you know, they were going to pull back just a little bit more, and it's Kay looking out of his, like, bedroom window, seeing her down there, like, what is she doing? You know, she coming over? She's not. She's walking away. You know, and I was gonna die laughing. And then when she gets the text following up with that, I'm like, oh, he must have seen her. You know, that kind of thing. But then we find no, it's Minami. She has been following Haruki along the whole time, wanting to see this come to its culmination, to fruition. And she needs to be the one to instigate Haruki to actually not backpedal and go back to Kay's, actually get all the way to his door, give him the treats and everything. And even then she still hesitates by the end. She's like standing there at the door with her finger, like hesitating to ring the doorbell. But this, oh my goodness, this was just strange as all hell. It was absolutely insanely strange, insanely odd and weird. And I don't know if it's just that these characters are socially inept and they just don't know. They just don't get it. There is no humanity to them, no experiences to that effect in them of you know, being social, being interactive with others. You'd think at this point in their lives, so many years being in school and being around others, this would be something any normal human being would develop. So is it something, is it Asperger's? Is it some kind of, you know, psychological thing that makes her so deliberate, makes her so formal in all of her form and function, in the way she carries herself, in the way she interacts with others? Or is she a frickin' alien? Is she a robot? I have no idea. And if I had begun to believe, no, she's actually a human being, she just, you know, isn't used to conforming to modern conventions, you know, that's kind of gone out the window again, because this chick is like a robot. She's like, the programming is there, but it needs to really fill itself out and piece things together and figure things out as far as modern living goes. And modern social interaction goes, especially romantic interaction. That's really all I got. That's all I got for this episode. So yeah, I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments below what you thought of episode 11 of Sakurada Reset, if you've seen it as well. I'd be surprised if you had a whole hell of a lot to say about it, but, you know, just give me your thoughts and opinions on how strange you think Haruki is, or if you think there's a perfect explanation for it. Am I right? Am I hitting the nail on the head that it is some sort of psychological issue, being socially inept, being so internal and enclosed and lacking of experience? I don't know. I'm open to any suggestions, any recommendations you, my fellow anime fans, have to explain this away, if you got anything, because I got nothing. So yeah, I can't wait to see the next series of episodes. It promises to be the first of 4, and it almost looks like Bizarro World. It almost looks like all things have been flipped on their ear, topsy-turvy. And Kay, I think it was Kay, talking about wanting to be God, and I think you hear Haruki saying something along the lines of things are wrong, things are really different, things have changed. It's a hell of a cold that Kay developed. So yeah, I can't wait to see what in the hell's in store for us at that point. And that'll be pretty much it for me on this. Hope this video finds you well, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace.